Hello humans, welcome to Hack Your Practice. In today's workshop, we'll help you build a simple one-page website to showcase your research.
Huzzah!
In fact, you'll have it up and running by the end of the session.
Huzzah!
Hashtag you're welcome. But first, the quick word from our sponsors.
Nanu, Shazbat.
Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can see me. My name is Christy Newman. I'm the Associate Dean of Impact and Engagement at UNSW Arts and Social Sciences. I want to start this workshop today by acknowledging that we're all joining the workshop from country stolen from its traditional owners, and to say that now is the time for us all to be talking to our First Nations colleagues, friends and community leaders about how to achieve the kind of truth-telling about this history that we've avoided for far too long. I pay my respects to the owners of the land I'm on today, Gadigal land, and the elders past and present, as well as those who are the owners of the lands that I move across most often, Bidjigal and Wongal. I welcome any First Nations people joining us in this event today. I'm really pleased to introduce you to the first of our series of 6 Hack Your Practice workshops developed by Emma and Armin for students and staff at UNSW and the University of Wollongong. The first time we've done a collaboration like this, which is really exciting. And the workshops aim to build digital skills to help you promote your research and achieve great impacts in the world in the way that we know that you can. Please sign up for them all. They're short and sharp and will be very useful. The events are all going to be recorded and they will be made available both on YouTube and on the ADA EI intranet page, which is only for UNSW or ADA staff and students. The link will be sent to YouTube to everyone who registered for this event. Just also noting that closed captioning can be turned on through the show captions menu at the bottom of the Zoom window. Your mic and camera have been auto muted, but the chat function is open, so you can unmute if you have to, if there's an invitation to speak. And please also, you will be sent an evaluation form at the end of the series for everyone who's registered. We're really, really keen to know what you think and any ideas for other skills you'd love to learn or things that we can explore in future events like this. And I will hand over to your wonderful workshop hosts. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Armin.
Hi. So good to see people here today. We're going to move so fast because we've got quite a bit to get through. So today's topic, website hacks. I'm going to quickly give some context about what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're going to do it. And then, as you saw, we're going to be moving super, super fast. But just to back things up a bit, we did want to assure you that if you fall behind or have questions, we do have a safe word here in Hack Your Practice. It is, in fact, nanu nanu.
Nanu, nanu.
That safe word again.
Nanu, nanu.
So if you are confused by something we're doing or you fall behind, either put the safe word, or really you can just shout out any way you like. But we had fun with Nanu Nanu when we did an introduction to this series of workshops a couple of weeks back. So let's dive right in. What are we doing? We're going to use a PDF of your CV that hopefully you brought along with you, although a placeholder document is fine. We're going to add that with a short bio and a professional photo, and we're going to get a one-page website to showcase your work up and running by the end of this session. I've already got a website that I've created via the platform we'll be using, so I'll demonstrate by making a website for my dog Bex, who is depicted here in her excellent academic hat. Okay, why are we doing this? Pretty obviously, we want to reach all the people. We want to make sure that our research, the value and the underlying public benefits and messages of our research are getting out to as many people as possible. You may ask, you've got a uni website already. Isn't that enough? Well, it may be, but in our opinion and experience, uni websites and obviously the other types of institutional websites like your profile on LinkedIn and so on, they're very, very formulaic and they can be quite restrictive in terms of expressing your personal style and, creative flourishes. They also have the effect of sort of scattering your identity all over the internet. And so if someone's trying to find you or, it's good to have a one-stop shop which is what we'll create today. And another advantage of this is that it's portable. So as much as we love the universities we're working at the moment, we may well change institutions over our careers, and, having your own website is a way to make sure that all of your work, your showcase of your work, is portable and you can take it with you as you go. Another thing that I think is really critical about, another critical advantage of having your own website is that it signals digital savviness. And it has the advantage of, rather than, you saying, oh yeah, I've got digital skills, it shows people that you have them because you've got a web presence like this. So fantastic for signaling your mad digital skills that you'll have by the end of this workshop. And of course, we work in a crowded field in an attention economy, and building your own website is one way to stand out from the herd. I kind of don't like that expression, partly because I quite like the comfort of my herd. But sometimes it is good to be able to stand out when you need to. Having your own website, if you upgrade to a subscription version, the one we'll build today is free, will give you access to metrics about who's looking at your site, and what the various visitor rates might correlate with and to. This is a screenshot of the site traffic to my site. I'm not that interested in these analytics, but they're there for those of you who like looking at fancy graphs. And as you can see, this is a very recent shot. I did something right on February the 13th because I had a lot of visitors to my website. I have no idea what that was, but if I wanted to dig in, I could.
Just
All right,
a quick reminder that the statistics will come only with the paid version.
So those analytics, yeah. So two final whys for the two final rationales for this workshop is, firstly, that Hack Your Practice, while each session can be enjoyed individually on its own, the sessions are designed to work together. And so when we're working on video pitch hacks and video editing hacks and home studio hacks in subsequent sessions, we'll show you how to embed those videos that you make into the site you build today, if you would like to. And the other reason that, for me, a really strong why about wanting to teach, run this session is that building and designing a website is actually so much fun. Like, you can be really creative. We won't be giving you the definitive guide to building websites because everything changes so fast online that what we look at today may well be different. But what we want to do is, empower you with the skills to start sort of driving yourself around and, kickstarting your own adventures and experiments, because it really is, once you realize you can do it, you'll discover that you can do it in all sorts of ways that you hadn't anticipated. So another unfortunate saying, there are many ways to skin a cat. We're not going to do any cat skinning at all, but there are definitely a lot of different ways you can approach building a website, and we're going to focus on one platform and one way, which is using the website building platform Wix. And we love Wix, or I love Wix, partly because of the power of its templates. So you can choose a template like this one, which I did for an early version of my website, and I changed it pretty easily to this one, which was, quite relatively different. My current website, I used a Wix template. It's for a DJ, and I turned it into this one. So what we're going to do is start with a template, and we're all going to start with the same template, and we're going to move at the same speed. The thing is, the reason we're doing that is it's the only way we can convey all the information quickly. But hopefully by the end of this session, you'll be able to then just completely, ditch what we do today if you want, and find a template that you like, that you prefer, and start customizing it further. But remembering that everything today is temporary, it's all just a placeholder. So if you don't have a version of your CV ready to go, put any PDF in when we get to that part. You can change it up later. Okay, so let's get moving. What you need to do first up is open a second browser on your website. So you can, does that make sense? You need to be able to see me at the same time as you're working in a separate browser. And excuse my porridge brain, I'm in the middle of a really medieval super flu and struggling to make my thoughts ordered and make my thoughts come out my mouth in an ordered way. So open a second tab on your browser, go to wix.com, create an account, and then hold off on taking further steps until we're all ready to roll, because I'd like us all moving at the same time. So I'm going to be sharing my browser window. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes or so to just, once you've got your Wix site, not your Wix site created, you log in, create an account on Wix. Again, you don't have to pay anything, it's free. The more that you upgrade your site, the more features you get, but you really don't need to, and you certainly don't need to today. So maybe if you could just give me an indication in the chat.
There's a question about whether you recommend using UNSW email address.
I do recommend, thanks Aaron, I do recommend using your, I mean, it really doesn't matter. It just takes out one fiddly step later on, but it really doesn't matter. Use any email address you like.
Yeah, they added that just in terms
in terms of moving unis. Yeah, you can change your details on Wix. It's all temporary. It's all placeholder stuff. If you want to change your email on Wix, you can do that later. So again, if you could indicate in the chat when you have finished creating your account on Wix. Awesome. And you should have access to a dashboard. You won't see exactly what I'm seeing at the moment because I've got a bunch of sites on Wix, and I've also got a premium version of the platform. Okay, it looks like most people are ready to go. Again, if anyone falls behind or gets stuck, Armin is doing, can do a one-on-one session with you in a breakout room to help you catch up. So let's start by creating a new site. And you should be prompted to a page like this that says, what kind of website are you creating? And let's put in academic CV. Okay, so what would you like to call your website? Again, Wix is reminding us. Yeah.
Jan, what went past that?
What was that?
Somebody asked a question that went past that. Oh, it's okay. All right.
Okay, so again, put anything you like in here because you can change it, but you might want to use your name. I'm going to put my dog's name, Bex Jane, the dog, because I'm going to demonstrate. Now, we don't want to start adding things to our site at the moment, so let's go skip on this page. If you do accidentally add something, we can subtract it later. Now, this page is critical. You can get a custom built site or you can begin with a template. Click on begin with a template. All right. So these are the templates that Wix thinks we might be interested in if we're doing an academic CV. This is a point where we're all going to choose the same template, sorry about this, whether you like it or not, so that we're all working on the same thing. But when you go back and in your own time, expand on this workshop, go through and look at all the templates and find one that you like. But for the purposes of today, we're going to pick this Maya Nelson template, the one that says hello, and we're going to hover our mouse over it and click edit.
So it's a business CV one.
It was academic CV, but really it doesn't matter how you get to that template. No, so you click on edit that template. Yeah.
So somebody is behind. Where is begin with the template? So once you enter academic CV, you go to the next page and then you ask for name of your website. And then you begin with a template.
I can see too, Timothy, what you need to do. I mean, do you reckon you could just meet Timothy in a breakout room and we will keep moving in the main room?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, but really, if you end up back at your, you ended up back at your. Okay, so you ended up back at your dashboard. What you do then is go to my site. Does it have a create?
Yeah, it didn't have the option that you were talking about in terms of that template.
Okay, so is there anywhere that says create new site?
Yes, if I click on the name at the top and then it's got a little plus sign, create new site.
Okay, so Carly also says click design site. So we get back to here, and again, academic CV. And the name of your, I've created many sites for Bex now. She's got a very solid internet presence. And again, we don't want to add stuff to our website yet. We want to subtract things because we want to keep it simple. So press skip.
Okay, now we have a new, we didn't have this before, so that's great.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. So we begin with a template. And then, as mentioned earlier, we're going to click on the Maya Nelson Hello template. And if you click on it, you'll get the option to edit it. Okay. So hopefully everyone has something that looks a bit like this in front of them. If you're not at this point, drop us a message into the chat. Okay, so this is where it gets fun. Now let's look over here on the left. There's a button that says quick edit. So let me just show that again. Can everyone see in the top left, there's a little pencil and it says quick edit, and it opens a side menu where you can start changing the information. So let's start by changing the title. Who are we? We're not Maya Nelson, so you might want to put your name in that section. So I've just put BEX'S name in. Under the name, I'm going to put BEX'S, and you will put your position or however you want to describe yourself. Again, this is all placeholder stuff that you can change at any time. All right, my dog Bex is a renowned sniffologist in the burgeoning field of canine olfactory studies. Let's not do setting our social links at the moment, but if we keep scrolling down this sidebar, you can see that there's a paragraph that says hello. So you might like to leave that as it is. or you might like to change it. Same with the text under hello, here's who I am and what I do, but let's leave those for the time being and go down, click on the part that should say I'm a paragraph, click here to add your own text and edit me. Now in that section, let's put the short bio that you prepared hopefully earlier, just a couple of sentences. If you've got more than a couple of sentences, just paste the first few and we can sort it out later. So I'm going to put in a few. How did I pull up the quick edit sidebar? I went to, there's a few different ways that you can do it, but if you go down here, it says quick edit. So if you go to the right hand side of your screen, and there's a little pencil and you press click edit. And so have a bit of a go at changing the just the text. Don't go, let's not mess with colors and design. All of that stuff can come later. Just start getting a feel for what that quick edit sidebar allows you to do. You know, like Bex is pretty exuberant, so she absolutely wants an exclamation mark. And you know what? She might even want a smiley face. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the section that says I'm a paragraph. Click here to add your own text. I'm going to put Bex's bio in. Okay. Has everyone managed to get that far? Like, do you have, and even if you haven't got that far, do you understand how slipping into that sidebar, you can start altering the text on the main page? Has everyone got a grip on that, or is anyone does anyone need to call Nanu? Okay. Looks like people are traveling okay. All right, so let's sort of step things up a bit. Let's change the photo. All right, because Bex Jane certainly doesn't look like this. So click on the photo and click change image. And then you should see a window.
Yeah, so first we should close the quick edit. There's a
yeah,
on the top right of quick edit. Once you do that, then you can click on the photo and change image.
So click on change image. Now this window opens up a collection of all the different bits of documents and photos and multimedia elements that you might want to add to your site. So everything that you put in here will be available to you to put anywhere you like. But what we're going to do right now is put in your headshot that hopefully you have on hand, but again, any photo will do. So one of the great things about Wix is that you can drop and drag. So I'm going to drop and drag a picture of Dr. Bex Jane, renowned sniffologist, into my collection of media. And you can see that the upload is completed. And if you look down in the bottom right-hand corner, let me see, where it says choose image, you will discover that the image on the main page has been switched out and it should be a picture of you or of Bex now. Has everyone managed to get a photo of themselves onto that section of their webpage? Anyone struggling?
I already selected different profile because I thought we were up to that.
All template. You'd selected a different profile. I'm not. All templates
you should be able. So if the quick edit on the right side is not open, you should be able to select your image and then click change image.
Okay, so all you need to do is reopen Quick Edit to get access to that. And yeah, you won't be able to, you can click on this button up the top, this 100% to 50% button to get back to where you can change the image. So everyone else, how do I keep saving the changes? So a great thing about Wix is that it's automatically saving everything for you. But if you look up into the top right-hand corner, you'll see that there's an option to publish. So that's kind of like the mega save. It not only saves it, but it will publish it. It will make it freely available on the web. You don't have to worry about the fact that it's sort of half formed. Because it'll be an odd URL and it won't come up. It's highly unlikely to come up in any search engines, but it's saving all the time. And if you want to, if you manually save it, it's saying that it's offering you the choice of what the URL will be, and you can fix that later. Okay, so we've changed our photo, hopefully successfully. And let's take it a step further and make sure that the PDF of your CV is available on your site. So hopefully you've got a PDF version of your CV ready to roll. If you don't, any PDF will do. You can switch it out later. So exit Quick Edit. And click on the resume button once. And then what we're going to do is click.
Okay, your screen's kind of frozen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, now it's good now.
Okay. So click once on the button that says resume, and then click once on the green link. And hopefully you will have something that looks like, what do you want to link to? And you can see that on the left, you have an option of linking to a page, a web address. And what we're going to do is link the resume button to a document because it's going to link to our CV. So click on document. And then once again, when we choose file, we'll get this same media library again, and you just drag and drop your CV into it. So I'm going to drag and drop Dr. Bex Jane's CV into the media on her site, and then simply click add to page. Done. So let me know if you have any trouble doing that, because at this point you should have be able to have the immense satisfaction of testing to see whether that worked by previewing your site. The preview option is in the top right of your screen. So this is a preview of BEX'S site as it stands at the moment. I'm going to click on resume and see, oh, look at that. BEX'S CV has come up beautifully. So if you, and then you just go back to editor, these options are in the top right hand corner of your browser window of the Wix section. So how did you go? Did you get your resume uploaded? A CV in PDF or Word. Look, I prefer to use a PDF because it's harder for, pranksters and other bad, malicious actors online to mess around with it, though it's still pretty easy. So I like to do it in a securely saved PDF, a relatively securely saved PDF. It's easier for other people to take a Word document and, change parts of it. So yeah, I always go for a PDF. Thank you for the question. So Josephine's computer is battling too much to keep up. Josephine, you want to just enable your audio and let us know where you're up to?
Yeah, I think it's almost there. It's just like Every time I click on the site, it takes a few seconds, so it's just going a bit slower.
Oh, no worries. So are you in the process of uploading your CV?
Yeah, I think it worked now.
Okay, so again, if you go to the this top section, top right-hand section, you'll see the option to publish your website. And I've published this once, so it's just going to republish it to the same URL. And I'm going to
Nanu.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry, Emma.
Don't apologize.
Can you go back through the resume bit? Because I was stuck doing something else, so I'm a bit behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And the great thing about going over this again is that this process is the way that this is called a button. This thing here, it's called a button on Wix. And so this process of adding a button to your page and linking it to a document or linking it to somewhere else, you'll follow the same steps regardless of whether you want the button to link to your CV or link to an external site or link to another page on your website. So let's go one more time. We exit quick edit. We just click once on the blue resume button. We click once on the chain. I've already done this. When you click on publish, the website does go live on the web, but it would be really, really unlikely to be found by anyone because it will have a long, weird URL. How do you add a button? In fact, let me add a button so I can. Now, I'm going to get rid of the projects button because that's an extra thing that we don't need to do today. Now, what I'm going to do is go over to the left-hand side of the page and you'll see a whole bunch of icons. And the first one, if you hover over it, says add elements and then add section, pages and menus, site design, and so on. So what we'll do is just click add elements. And what we want to do is add a button. And so you can see all the different kinds of buttons that Wix is offering us and that you can customize all of them. So choose any button you like. You can scroll down and see them all. I'm going to choose another blue button. So again, I'm just dropping and dragging this new button around to see where I might like the look of it. Now I want to change the text. I want it to say resume example because we're doing it.
Chrissy can see add elements.
Okay, Chrissy, can you see, do you have a list of icons down the left-hand side of your screen?
I do. Add section, pages and menu, site design, my business.
Okay. So above add section should be add elements.
Oh, I don't have that. That's weird.
You don't have a plus?
I don't have a plus. I'm just trying to move monitors in case it's... No, I don't.
Yeah, Nanu, it's Jan here. It's asking whether I want to switch to full mode. And I don't know if that's a paid mode. I don't have the elements either. It's asking whether I want to switch to full mode.
Could you indicate in who does and who doesn't have access to the elements? Because the add element is a freemium. You don't need to upgrade to add elements.
I had problems with it and I went to full mode and then it turned up.
Okay, and where did you find full mode?
You know, I can't remember now. It was some mucking around with those buttons on the left-hand side, and I think it was the more button, and then it came up, so the one down the bottom or something. So
okay.
I had a more.
Yeah, it does actually. It's under more options. It has switched to full mode. Should we try that?
Full mode. So thanks. Lib top left option is full or light. Great. Yeah, it's
great. Now I see them all.
Fantastic. I'm glad that we got that one sorted. So I was just in the process of adding another button. I was changing the text, and I've changed it to
yeah. So let's go from the top, Emma. Adding element.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. All right. Let me just reverse a bit. Okay, so we're going to go to add element in the top left-hand menu, and we're going to choose button. And then we can choose any button we like. So I actually didn't like that one that much. So I'm going to choose.
Image buttons are the coolest ones.
Image buttons are the coolest ones. All right, let's choose. They are cool. They're animated. All right, I'm going to choose this Apple one. All right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change what it links to. So when you've chosen a button that you like and it's on your page, you just click on it and then click on the link. And that's where you get the option to explain to Wix where you want this button to link to. So once again, we want, if we're doing our CV, we want to choose a document and we want to choose a file. Now, if you didn't upload your CV before, once again, you just drop and drag it in. So I'm dropping and dragging BEX'S CV in again. And I'm going to, when it's finished, I'm going to add it to the page. Done. Now, again, this is the bit where it gets satisfying. If you click preview, you'll see that when I hover over that, the Apple animates, and now I'm going to click on it. And once again, it's taken me through to BEX'S website. And then you just click back to editor in the top right to head back to your page. All right, so what I'm going to suggest is that we go up, because this particular template has a few extra features that we don't want to be shown because we haven't worked on them yet. And this is also important to know, is that if we return to the left-hand menu, third from the top, there should be one that says Pages and Menu. So let's click on that. Now, this Pages and Menu, as it suggests, is all the different pages that are on your website. And so if you start with a one-page version of your website with just a quick link to your CV, then you don't want to have other pages that are embedded in this template floating around. So the resume page, we've got a button that links to resume, and resume on this template links to a whole other page. So let's click on the three dots and hide that because we don't have that page set up yet. Again, we can set the project page up later, but we don't want to have it here at the moment. So let's hide the project page as well. The contact, let's keep that because it's down the bottom of the page. The portfolio we haven't set up, so let's hide it. So again, if I want to work on it, I can unhide it by going to show, but I'm going to hide it again for now because this is a website in progress. So now if we preview it, you'll find that it doesn't have a bunch of possible places you could go to. It's just got About Me, which is the main page, and Contact, which takes you through to a contact form. So I'm going to go back to editor. And because...
A moment. So everybody is following. Is anybody behind?
Can I just check?
Yeah.
Sorry, just one thing. We added the resume in a link to the front page, so we don't need a resume second page. Is that right? Because
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So very quickly again, we're now on the contact page. We could do quick edits on this page, but we want to navigate back to our home page. So you go to the top left. and you can see the site pages, and the home page on this site is called About Me. So that will take us back to our main page. We've got someone who's behind, and we've also got a question about how we change the name Maya Nelson on the top left. You basically just do the header and the footer have their own quick edit side menus. So if you go up, and you can either go up to the top left, and I've prepared a bunch of instructions that have screenshots of all of this. So when we send it after the workshop, you'll have reminders of all these critical steps. But if I want to edit the name in the header, then I've chosen quick edit up in the header, and I'm going to ignore the endless prompts to upgrade, and I'm going to just put BEX'S name up here in the header. And then Bex is not a project manager. She is a renowned professor of sniffology. Thank you very much. And so that's how you change the top section, and same goes for the footer. So if you go down to the bottom, let me get out of the way, you'll see that you have a quick edit option both on the left and the right. Down in the footer, you click on the little arrow, and you'll get the ability to change the information in the footer. So again, this is not powered by Maya Nelson, it's powered by Bex Jane, and the year is, if I remember correctly, 2023. I could choose to put a phone number here. I could put Bex's email there, and I could set Bex's social links here. So we've got another question. Unhide item in site menu does not seem to be possible. So let's go back and have a look. So we're going to go to the pages and menus section. Is anyone else having trouble hiding pages?
Sorry, I realised you select show. I put that in my note. Sorry.
Yeah. So show and then hide. There we go. So what you should have right now is a single page website that, again, you can publish.
Yeah, Emma, can you zoom in your screen just in case? I just moved the Zoom window, and I realized maybe on some monitors they can't see it. It was a little bit too much.
Okay. So I clicked on publish. Yes, you can absolutely delete the Facebook and Twitter icons, and you don't have to have any of the socials in there if you don't want to. So yes, it's done. I've clicked publish, and let's go have a look at how it's looking. This is what the live version looks like. I'm going to go back to editor. And I want to show you, so right now you should have a single page that has a picture of yourself, where you work, how you want to identify yourself professionally, and a short piece of writing that's introducing people to who you are. You've also got a button that says resume. That people should be able to click on and go through to the version of your resume you uploaded. Now you can change that at any time. For instance, you just click on it again. What do I want to link it to? I'm going to choose a new file. I don't want that version of my CV anymore. You just drag and drop a more current version, and then you add it to the page. So that's how you update the CV. To update the photo, you just click on change image, and again, drag and drop your preferred image, and then choose it for the page. We've covered getting rid of the pages that we don't want to be shown. What you can do from here is continue customizing. And you may want to keep customizing this template, but I reckon that it's more fun to go to click create a new site, start again from scratch, and have a really good close look at all of the different templates that Wix offers and find one that you want to start messing around with. And again, you've got the core basic skill set now that you need to get just a single page website up and running. So it's these workshops are supposed to only go for 45 minutes, but I'm absolutely happy to hang around until 1. If anyone's got any questions or, want some, information about next steps and so on. If you need to leave us now, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that it's been helpful.
Some questions. Yes, Chrissy, Wix publishes for free. So you can publish. Can we show quickly try to change the name of website?
Yeah, we can. What does the Apple icon represent? Oh, the Apple icon was just something I put in. It was a button I added. You can put whatever you want there. I mean, you can delete it anytime you want, and then go and add another button. Let's go for an eyeball. And again, what we make that link to is up to us. So we were linking it to a document. Say we want to link it to a web address. We choose the web address, and let's say I want to link it to my professional site. Let's see if this works. And I'm going to click on preview to see if that works. Let's see if it takes me to the correct. There we go. Yes, it's taken me to my professional site. And then I'm just going to return to the editor. Now, any further questions? Where are we up to with the questions I'm in?
So we have a question about, may I ask whether Wix already hosts?
Whether Wix what, sorry?
Whether Wix already hosts. Host, H-O-S-T.
Oh, sorry, it's Jan. I fixed my question further down. I'm just wondering whether Wix hosts websites, not just lets you create them. And if so, if you have any idea of cost compared to, say, GoDaddy and other places, like other hosts?
A really great question, and one that I need to answer for myself, because I currently have a premium version of Wix. I pay for my domain name, like my name. I pay for, server costs and all sorts of things. I can't answer, about, like, I use Wix partly just because I'm used to it and I've sort of been using Wix for a long time, but I don't know where the pricing is up to. If you want to upgrade to a premium site, you'll find that in the aftermath of having created a site, Wix will just spam you constantly with offers to upgrade. You unsubscribe from all the emails, but if you are thinking of taking things to, the next level and potentially having a premium site, and with a premium site, that's how you can link it to, a domain name that is your name, and, have an email address linked to it and so on, you'll find that they'll keep offering you a window with a 50% discount. There's no need to, but, just bear in mind that it's possible. Okay. We've got an answer on how you delete your site.
There was another question by Aaron. Unfortunately, I'll have to leave to run another workshop. I'm really sorry, everyone. See you in the next workshop.
Yeah, thanks, Armin. So look, because I'm going to carry on solo, it's going to be hard for me to monitor the chat and also do things on my screen, but I am here and available for another 10 minutes to help you with any questions that you have.
Emma, I can have a look at the chat as well. This is Christy.
Oh, hey, Christy. Aren't you building a site, Christy?
I am, but I think I've nailed it because your instructions were so good.
Really?
Really, so good. Thank you.
It really is so simple and so fun once you get going, and you can see that even like with the non-paid version of Wix, you get to add cool animations and things to your site.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting lots of positive feedback here. Thank you, amazing, etc. And I think somebody had a question about how to delete your site, but Armin has responded to that.
Yeah.
I think so. I guess just to clarify, having a domain is there's two steps, isn't there? One is the domain, which is the kind of the place on the internet that it is findable or is held, and then there's a publishing company that will make it available. There's two things. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And what I've noticed, because I've had my own professional site for decades, what I've noticed is that Wix is now offering all of the things. So at the moment, I've got a complex network that brings, my domain name and premium site together. But I noticed that Wix, one of the many things on my to-do list is to work out whether it's cheaper to do it all the way through Wix. It really... Apart from, and I'm just going to show you because, this is a site that I built recently, and I change my site every time there's something major happening. And so I changed this up when I had a new book out. I've cheekily put, just to show anyone that was interested, it's possible to add upcoming talks that you've got. My site's quite a bit more, it's got many sections and complex things. But when I started work on it, I had no idea what I was doing at all. And the thing is that by just experimenting and just feeling your way, and I also tried customizing lots of different templates until I found one that I really loved. But yeah, but I did want to reiterate that, I mean, I had a colleague contact me and say, oh, who designed your site? How much do they charge? And I was like, dude, I did it. And if you've got, a spare lunchtime, I'll show you how you can do it as well. The thing is that the more that you keep sort of experimenting, the more advanced and interesting and, tailored to you and how you want to represent yourself. And it's a super powerful feeling, and I find it, I can spend days fiddling around with my site just because I enjoy design. But it does,
Sorry, Emma, just a couple of things I was going to ask, but finish what you were saying.
Oh, no, I was also going to add that professionally it's really paid off.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah.
Professionally, it's paid off like big time. The most recent example, and cone of silence. Not that it's really a cone of silence here, but most recently, I had a contact from a European-based headhunter sounding me out about a very interesting academic position in Europe, and I'm not going anywhere, but I did say, hey, why me? Like, how did you come, why did you approach me? And she said, I saw your website. So, it's not just that you have a website, like obviously the content on it's important, but the number of times that I've received contacts for doing media interviews or talks that have come via my website. And that's a freemium option. So on my website, people click contact, say, hey, again, because I wanted it to represent me and my values and my aesthetics, I've set mine up to say, write something delightful here. I've popped a little animated heart down the bottom. And so this contact form, which comes to you via Wix, is a free part of the freemium version that you'll get. Oh, I'm not showing my screen.
So just on that. So in theory, it seems like if you're with Wix, you can do a free version, which should publish it for you with an automatic domain. It's not going to have a special domain with your name in it or anything like that. That's an extra thing that you'd have to pay for to have a separate domain. But you are going to get ads from Wix. So if you wanted an ad-free one, you'd probably have to upgrade. And there will be other features as well. Yeah. So I just wanted to... Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Christy, we need to wind up. Yeah.
We do in a second. I just wanted to also clarify, we all need to still be having our institutional web pages and profiles. That's not something that either of our universities would be open to us not still being actively part of, because they fit into systems that are findable, particularly internally, but also they feed into the ways that our media units and so on work. But what this does is give you the chance to have more control over how you represent yourself, the kind of selected most important things to know, and making it really accessible. So I think it's a complementary thing, and also potentially will stand out more than being a little hidden on our institutional websites.
Thank you for that, Christy. And the way I organise my workflow as efficiently as possible is if I have a new publication, I update the UNSW website, I update my CV, I update my personal website, I update LinkedIn. And so you can, it's absolutely not an either or, but it's certainly, we all have our institutional websites, and it's certainly a way to, puts a personal touch on things. You really, in the resources that Christy will send to you, there'll be some information about how you can tweak the URL that Wix will give you. It'll still have some, weirdness in it, like wix.mysite, but you can change it so that it is your name or whatever you want to call however you want to call your website. But yes, as soon as you press publish, it will be on the internet and anyone can access it.
Thank you. One final thing, the contact form, which is automated on the freemium version, will that automatically go to the email address that you used to set up the account?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, Thank you. That's good to know. Yeah. So that's something we should think about in terms of when we set up the account and which email address to put in. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But at any point you can go back and change it.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I think we've got 2 minutes left, and we've got a few people left, but can I just thank you again? That was amazing. And I am now ready to have my own website, which is very exciting. I hope everybody can come to next week's, and also make sure you fill in the evaluation form when that comes out to you at the end of the series.
Thank you. And just very quickly, Lisa, how to hide a feature once added. I'd be inclined to, you can't hide necessarily a feature. You can just delete it, put it on a page that's not shown. Someone had a question?
Oh, sorry, just really quickly. Sorry, my camera's not working. You're a media professional. I've kind of shied away from all of that in the past, but now I'm like, oh, God, you've got to play this game, do this. How much do you hype up your website? I mean, given where you've come from and your professional background, maybe it's just instinctive to you, but for someone that's not coming from that media professional background and is perhaps more introvert and reluctant, are you socialing it? Are you putting it on your signature for your emails? Are you how do you hype it up?
That's a great question. Thanks, Aaron. I'm also incredibly introverted, and I have no social media except for LinkedIn, which I have to stay on because I teach it. So I hate hyping myself. But so what I do is, yes, I've got it in my email signature, and that's about it. It's on my LinkedIn. It's on some of my uni pages where you have the option to put in a personal site. I don't hype it. But it's just sitting there in my signature. And on the site itself, it does, it is kind of a bit boasty in a way that I'm not 100% comfortable with, but I try and let other people talk me up by putting quotes, say, about my books or whatever, rather than going, I'm the best, I'm the best.
Nice.
That helps. But like,
okay.
Hate self-hype and total introvert also. No social media.
Nice to know. All right.
I guess it's what you're comfortable with.
No, it's working
like
for
for
you,
me,
and it's been inspiring. Just get cracking. Just get it out there.
Just get cracking, Aaron. And like I'd love to see what you come up with if you finish something that you want to share.
Maybe. Thank you. Will do.
All right.
I'm working on it.
All right. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks very much.
All right. See you guys.